Hi everyone, my name's Nina and I'm a marine ecologist here at the University of Adelaide. I keep on slipping into Adelaide Uni. This is a project that I'm working on alongside Rhiannon, who's out the back there, and a couple of researchers, Melissa and Bronwyn, here at the uni, as well as the Dimaroo and Yarralka Rangers, which I'll talk about in a minute. So this is not, I'm just going to preempt this, it's not citizen science. Everyone else's projects are very, very citizen science focused. This is definitely more education and outreach, but there are avenues where I'd like to see citizen science go. I don't want to pretend that what I'm doing is citizen science because it's definitely not yet. Okay, so before I get into too much detail, Uncle Rod obviously did a beautiful welcome to country before, but I just want to acknowledge that I'm lucky enough to live and work on Kaurna country, but also this project works really closely with the Yolngu people up in Arnhem Land, and I just want to make sure we pay respect to their elders, past and present. So this is not a South Australian project. Another thing why I guess I'm differing from everyone else here today, but this is run up in northeast Arnhem Land. So has anyone been up here? Very few. Rhiannon, you have. It's a beautiful spot of the world. It's also very, very expensive to get to, but it is stunning. And unfortunately, what's happened here is because of its close proximity to Indonesia and also Timor, the marine debris issue up there is like nothing that you would see on South Australia's coastlines. It's rife. It's pretty confronting going up there. But yeah, this program's based there. And it's called Toys for Turtles. So in short, we use these special recycling machines we have to collect the marine debris and plastic, mostly with school groups and the rangers. And then we're turning this plastic into toys for the community to sell. And I guess it's like going back to that circularity thing. And in doing that, hopefully saving some of the turtles that are affected. This is a turtle up at Cape Arnhem, one of the big beaches there that got saved while we were up there on our trip in May. Obviously it's caught in a net. Luckily this one was still alive, but I'm sure people have seen those kind of videos before where they don't make it. And unfortunately it's a very common occurrence up there. And of course turtles are really important for Indigenous populations, particularly the Yolngu people, as a food source. So they're very aware of this as a problem. Here's a wonderful Tara here. I don't have favourites, but she probably was our favourite student. The Toys for Turtles, we have a whole heap of different things they're doing. One of the main things is running education programs in schools, but we're also co-designing these lesson plans with Yolngu elders and the rangers in the area. We're running community surveys, ranger interviews, and also doing photo point monitoring, and that's probably the bit that aligns with citizen science a little bit more, although I think there is opportunity in a lot of this stuff to build some more citizen science into it. And we're also creating these recycling hubs in the community with our recycling machines, which I'll share a bit of in a second. But yeah, working really closely with the Yarralka Rangers and the Dimaroo Rangers, and they're just amazing, so just want to give them some credit. These are a snapshot of our school program that we're running. So we've been to 7 schools across the northeast Arnhem Land area, and that's all the schools in the area. So we've hit them all, which we're very impressed with. And there's been a range of different sizes and year levels that we've taught across the board. I won't go into detail because otherwise I could be here for days. But yeah, these are spread across a very broad area. So Baniyala, Garangali in the bottom left here took us about 5 hours to drive to, and the others are kind of scattered in different spots between. So when we go into the schools, we kind of have a program that we run. So we do beach cleans with the students, or sometimes they've run them prior to us getting there, depending on how much time we have. But we try to do it with them, clean up the plastic, collect out all the plastic that we can use and sort it. So we mostly use plastic bottle lids. I wish we could use other types of plastic, but the machines have some restraints. And then we sort it into colours, and the kids love doing this. It's I think, something that they're very hands-on and practical, which is really fun. Then we shred the plastic, and then we have these special plastic machines that you put the shredder plastic in the top, and the students can turn the handle, and it pushes it out into a mould, and then we make different items for the community. We are making better things now than these little combs. This is a bit of a trial run, but we have different moulds, and another machine also that makes bigger items, which I'll talk about in a second. That's just a brief overview of what we're doing with the students. And then this is us working with the Timaru and Uralka Ranger groups. So they come into the schools with us when they have capacity, and it's been amazing when they do come into the schools with us. It's like definitely really beneficial. We're running interviews with them to learn about plastics and marine debris and how it's affecting their community. And we also have these recycling hubs where they're then making items to sell. So this here is the Uralka Miyalk, which are the women rangers up in a part of the Uralka group. They have a bush product line, so they make soaps and essential oils and stuff out of the local bush products. And then they actually approached us and asked, I think we could make a soap dish and sell it. And so they collect the plastic, they sort it, and now they're running workshops where they're making these soap dishes. And it's got their gambu on it, which is, it's kind of hard to see here, but this is their like fish trap. So that kind of is risen up and the soap sits on top. You can buy them online if you want, which is very exciting for us. So that's the circularity kind of thing we're going for. We're also making track markers and key rings and a few other products that we've got moulds for in the works at the moment. And then also, beach cleans, they obviously play a huge part. The beach cleans, unfortunately, the capacity there is, they do collect some data and it feeds into government site, what's the word? Like a government platform, but there's so much, it's just not a capacity to collect data for every beach clean they do. And then of course we have our photo point monitoring. So now we get to our little bit of citizen science, these, which is not quite set up yet, but these are our photo point monitoring signs. So the rangers are super excited for us to hopefully capture some images of big ghost nets, but also for coastal erosion. So these are getting set up at the moment. We've picked our sites out alongside the rangers, which is really cool. And obviously anyone can come along, take a photo, upload it. We've got a system going. This is still in the works. So if anyone's had expertise in photo point monitoring and can share any, insights, we'd very much appreciate it. And then we also have these teaching resources. So these are developed alongside some of the rangers, and these are presentations, worksheets, and these beach clean packs that then, it's not just for schools up there. We're going to do it as just schools in Arnhem, but then we thought, why not make it accessible to all? So these will be available for everyone. There's one set that's specific to that region and then one that is for others in Australia. And they're available, not yet. Rhiannon's nodding. They're coming. They're going to be soon on our website. So if anyone has any teachers or friends that would be interested in that, feel free to reach out. Just quickly on reflections, I guess we've been working up there for 2 years now, and I would say even now, community trust takes so much time and consistency. And once they're on board, it's so worth it. And we're starting to see that now, but it sucks because then you run out of money. And then I feel you need to have more consistent funding, I guess, and try to spread these projects out for longer if you can. Need an on-the-ground champion, especially when you're working in these remote regional areas where you're not on the ground, you need someone there who's going to be your champion when you're not there. Science outreach can form citizen science, so this is where I hope some of this stuff that we're doing, we've got these communities on board now, we can develop potentially with them something that they'll be interested in this space as a bit of citizen science. And my final point, I just love working with students, but I think they're a great resource because they're there, they're in class, it keeps them interested. It's really cool. And here's my final slide, some photos. We got a flat tire. It was very bad. Yeah. I drove for a long time on it and didn't realise, so that's my own fault. But thank you so much, especially to the younger people, because they do such a great job of coming alongside with us and supporting us. And that's everything.